Hello, family. Welcome to Illuminate the Oracle. Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself wherever it is that you are. Or wherever it is that you happen to get this message. We're going to do a general message to kind of get the energy for the weekend and the upcoming week. Um, you are going to have to pardon me or my environment. uh, as you can possibly hear, there's fireworks happening around me. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe since it's like the last day of, or the last Saturday of July, maybe that's the rationale that someone's using. Um, so we're just gonna have to just, uh, plow on through, just to plow on through. And so I'll start with Moonology cards, and I'm gonna try my best to display a level of indifference about some of the sounds happening around me. I love me a firework. Nothing wrong with a firework, but I just always thought that we had days for those. um, but I have to be thankful. I'm thankful that the days for fireworks where I am didn't go, because where I am, oftentimes around the Fourth of July time, they would do some fireworks all throughout the entire week or 2 weeks type thing, and so I can at least be appreciative that this year really was just like one day, and that's all I had to contend with, except today, which is the most random day. We're going to start with Moonology because I feel like it's been a bit, so I kind of want to get what the energy is for my collective from Moonology, and let's just dig it or dig in. Father God, Mother Divine, Archangel Michael, please cover me and my collective as we receive these messages today. We only seek messages of your highest vibration, messages that you deem for us to receive. Any ill will or evil eye energy sent our way is immediately blocked off, transmuted into love, healing, light, and success, and rained down over me and my collective. Any of that evil eye, malicious, jealous, or hateful energy sent to me and my collective is immediately stopped, blocked, transmuted into love, healing, success, and rain that energy over my collective and myself. Thank you so much, Spirit, for everything you do in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, yeah, let's get to some transmutation energy. Let's see. Holy Spirit, what does my collective need to know from the Moonology cards today for the weekend and going into the upcoming week? So, what does my collective need to know or have an awareness of for the energy of the weekend and the upcoming week? What's going on with my collective spirit? First card out. Okay. So the first one is, oh, okay, matching the background bit. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So this could be something that, I feel like this is something that oh, here we go. I feel like this is something that you've worked on and could be working on. I mean, it's a daily thing, keeping our emotions in check. Now allowing our perception to play us or take us in a direction or too far in a direction where we can't come back from type vibe. But I feel like this isn't your energy. I feel like you've healed a lot of these triggers and wounds with yourself, but it almost feels like every now and again you could be tested. I think this is more of an energy of being tested, of learning the things that you've learned and how they continue to play out. Almost like people or places or even situations could be looking at how to try to pull you off your throne or to see if you will eject from your throne, to either feel a way about it long enough or to act out in some sort of way that's beneath you. So it's just me, this energy of just maintain. maintain um, maintain a steadiness as to find ways to work with your emotions where you can continue to stay on your throne about it and not allow um, anything or anyone or any situation to pull you from your goals, to pull you from your idea of what you wanted to do, what your plans are. Don't let anybody pull you off of your throne. Don't let the past hold you back. South Node energy. So when it comes to the South Node and the North Node in theory in your natal chart, you can only find this in your full natal chart. But the North Node is supposed to be sort of the lessons and the not behavior, but sort of the characteristics that it would do us. It would be in our best benefit to be in the energy of our north node as opposed to being in our south node, because the idea is that the energies of our south node are the energies that we've came over into this lifetime with, hold or skill sets or characteristics that we carried from the previous life. And so these are the characteristics that we know to be true. We know we're very comfortable with them. um, like for example, my north node is in Pisces, but my south node is in Virgo, which means that I am very comfortable with being very logical. I came over into the world this lifetime with those attributes. Um, I know how to be discerning. I know how to hold myself back until I get the details. Details, and logic is very heavy when it comes to kind of that Virgo energy. Um, and these are the traits that I came over very comfortably with. But my lesson in this lifetime is to lean a little less off of that pragmatic, logical energy and being comfortable more so with that spiritual, um, intuitive energy of Pisces. And so that's an ongoing battle. It's not something like you just turn off a switch and all of a sudden you're more in your north node and less out of your south node. It's something that you have to kind of work toward naturally. But the best way to go about it is not denying yourself the process. And I think a lot of people kind of struggle with this, or can struggle with this, because they become too reliant on the energies that they know and the behaviors that they know, which is south node energy, and are too um, apprehensive to explore those natural energies that the universe is trying to guide them along in order for them to reach, um, in this lifetime, their north node and the characteristics of their north node. So it's just like, this feels like self-limiting energy. So be careful that you're not self-limiting yourself through this time, or whatever it is. I mean, like, everybody's self node is going to be different. So it's like whatever your self node is going to kind of dictate the characteristics that you probably feel too comfortable in, and probably need to look more into your north node and how you can better embody those characteristics. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. This makes me feel like, stating your opinion and stating your point is important. It's not going to be important every time. Opinions are like assholes, and everybody wants to be heard. You may have realized that a lot of people, you may have realized that people just want to be heard, even if they don't got nothing to say, and that may annoy you, and that may keep you from being too talkative, because you probably never want to come across like you're just speaking without anyone getting anything from it, or just um, or just being, maybe you've been too critical about your communication, or how you communicate, or when you communicate. But it's something like, you are naturally very conscious of not overdoing it or not being heavy handed with people in communication. So I feel like Spirit wants me to guide you that you know, I guess, the decorum. You know how to be respectful. So definitely make sure with that Gemini energy, it makes me feel like give onus to all your sides. Because people like to throw some shade every now and again with the Gemini energy about, oh, they're two faced or this, they're that. Um, Air energy as a whole, especially high level, um, high vibrational versions of this, um, any kind of air sign is going to be able to differentiate the different uniqueness of thought, of people, the diversity of thought, the diversity of people, the diversity of logic. And so that makes me feel like, don't allow anybody to punk you out of the diversity of your thought, or, you know, how, you know, giving credence that not everything is black and white. Sometimes there is some intricacies to a situation. There are those gray areas. And I feel like you likely understand this better than a lot of people that you've been around. And so I'm feeling like give credence to that. Don't compromise a piece of the message just to make it more palatable. I feel like you know how to respectfully give your whole message across without, triggering people. But the thing is about triggers is that sometimes you will trigger people without with saying the nicest things. You can trigger people. We are responsible for our own triggers. I'm sad to say. If someone's triggering you and being disrespectful to you, then you can certainly decide, okay, this is at a level of disrespect. And so I have to decide whether or not I want to continue our interactions moving forward. But if it's not that, then you're just triggered, then that's your responsibility. That's nobody else's responsibility. Like, whether someone says a term or whether someone says like, it's just not. Everybody's triggers are their own business and they're their own responsibility. And so I think you realize, look, I'm not a disrespectful person. I always come across with respect. But if I feel like though something needs to be addressed or somebody's trying to pull a wool over my eyes, I have to call it out too. But I feel like it's never what you do, it's the way that you do it. It's never what you say, it's really the way that you say it a lot of times. But we also know that with some unhealed people, it don't even matter what you say. It's like some people were looking to get triggered by whatever you could have said good morning that day, and they was looking for something between that, something they could use, something they could say. See, look at that fake ass. Just like what I just said good morning to you. Um, that's not your business. That's not your business. That's their triggers and that's their responsibility. And they gotta figure that out. As long as you know that you didn't, go out of your way to be any kind of way, spirit says don't even pay it any mind, because that I feel like a lot of things that people are kind of experiencing or even acting out of or acting out from, it very much is their own personal dynamic, internal dynamic. Okay. And then the last card that popped out was Balance Spirituality with Practicality. Full Moon in Pisces. Balance Spirituality with Practicality. So this makes me feel like you come a long way in your healing journey. And it makes me feel like you're a very different person now than you were before. And so Spirit is saying that, like, with these lessons and this way about going with yourself now, it's like, okay, now it's time to implement this 3D again. Like, maybe you've been in a period of isolation for a while or a period of solitude for a while, or it's just something about okay, now's the time of integration. So that could mean you getting back out there or exploring some new situation or just kind of allowing yourself to be seen or allowing yourself to be present, allowing your voice to be heard. I'm hearing um, with the full integration of like who you are now, who you are today. Um, I love that. And okay, I also like the kind of color pattern that we got from these cards that came out. So it's a lot of synchronicity here. There's like this blue with the purple. Um, and these came out together. Why can't I get these? So they look right. So yeah, we got color pattern happening. Okay. Ah, what did I say at the beginning? Your commitment is being tested. So I feel like these situations that come in and out, they really it's just it's just a test to see like have you really learned your lesson? Are you gonna let the situation pull you off your throne? You gonna let them pull you off your throne? You're gonna interact with that with the trash over here. You're gonna interact with the trash over here. Like it's like if it don't apply, let it fly. It don't matter what people say because people will say everything and anything. But yeah, I feel like your commitment's being tested now. Like, okay, what have you truly learned? Have you truly learned now not to let the past hold you back? Have you truly learned to release that negative energy as those waves try to hit you and pull you under? Are you able to just like surf through it? Or do you allow yourself to succumb under it, to succumb to it, to feel like you got to answer or respond to everything that comes your way? You do not. All right, because if there's something you gotta say, you go say it. It's gonna come out, and it's gonna come from your heart. It's gonna come from logic. So it's not like you're just spitting out things that don't make sense to people. Um, and this is by balancing that spirituality with your practicality. I'm just feeling a lot of good-hearted people who always had a sense of morality in them, even as a child. Maybe you've always had a sense of, I don't know, maybe as a child, maybe you've had to always kind of either be the bigger person, or maybe you never really felt like you had people defend you, or maybe you were just kind of trained to either be the bigger person in situations or feeling like you have to be ready to defend yourself in situations. It's kind of like either or both. But I feel like when you feel that way as a child, that can manifest in a multitude of ways as an adult. But I feel like I just feel like a lot of healing. Like there's a lot of healing that took place here, even as it pertained to that. Because when you don't heal yourself and you grew up that way, it can develop as an adult super duper judgmental. Super duper judgmental about the outside because you grew up and were used to being very harshly judged yourself. And so when you grow up feeling so harshly judged or feeling like the things that you were saying, ooh, okay, feeling like the things that you were communicating or saying during that period of time wasn't being heard, wasn't being weighed. Maybe there was a period of time where you didn't even think the things that you were saying matter. That's probably not for everybody. That's probably just for some people. I feel like for some of you who I'm tapping into, you may have even questioned like I don't like feeling like you don't have nothing to say to people when in fact people long to hear what you're gonna say. But I think that's part of when you grow up feeling like the things that you are saying doesn't matter, or people are trying to shut you up, or people are trying to make you feel some kind of way about the things you say. it can create this heavily judgmental person or adult, because there's that baggage, that emotional baggage of like, well, whenever I saw or felt things that I communicated, I was made to feel a certain way. Maybe I was badgered. Maybe I got in trouble. Maybe I was made to feel like a black sheep or an oddball. Um, and so, as an adult, the things that people cannot see, or people that they don't, or the things that people don't say or cannot, or there could be a harsh judgment about that, because it's just like there's that trauma there that's not healed. Um, because of what may have occurred with you or how you were made to feel. It's like that same energy when something happens with like celebrity or a public figure, and everybody jump in like, oh, well, I would have did it this way, or I would have did that, or they did, oh, they should have, or they should have married him, or they should have did, or she should have did that. And it's just like hard. You see it from the peanut gallery all the time when it comes to online trending topics. And it really doesn't matter the situation. It's like you see those groups of unhealed people that kind of just look for any kind of situation to be a judge on, or to, or even like with like if something happens to like a celebrity, you get like another maybe lesser or another celebrity that comments on it or has a harsh opinion on it, and it's just like maybe you get the sense that they may not even care about the situation, that they're just commenting on it for the clout, right? Just to be a part of the story. It just all types of craziness. But I love to watch, or um, I love to experience these things that a culture does when certain things happen, because it really does give you a lot of human experience. It really helps you to see the different characteristics. And, unfortunately, a lot of times it does come from unhealed people. Um, we can definitely entertain things, but I think a lot of people can lose the plot, even when it comes to being entertained by things. It's like, okay, are you still entertained, or is this interweaved into your life? Um, and so, yeah, yeah, I feel like your commitment is being tested. I feel like I took a. Oh my goodness! I feel like I went cities. I got into my car and drove cities to end off on that point. Oh gosh, but yeah, your commitment is being tested. Let's do. I'm gonna do a couple of areas real quick. Let's see what our fairies got to say for us today. Let's do more. Okay, they chilled out. They chilled out in the fireworks, so I'm super happy about that. Oh goodness. Still a little humid where I am, so I do got my fan just in case. Feels great, child. Okay. From Holy Spirit, for my collective, what they to know from the fairies. Oh, too many. What they need to know from the fairies for the weekend, going into the week. Solitude. So it says, think of being alone as meaning that. Okay. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one, in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently the greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. So truly appreciating and taking notice in the time that you get for yourself, and the things that you can listen to. Um, it makes me think of mother energy, like the things that you can listen to from mother nature, from your angels, from the fairies, um, the ideas that come to you, the modes of moving forward that come to you. It just becomes clearer in those quiet moments, particularly in nature. Okay, so it's just like, I feel like making your alone time sacred or viewing it as sacred. It's a sacred space. Um, that's what I'm kind of feeling. New beginnings. So this, oh wow, they're the same color. Solitude and new beginnings are the same color. Okay. So new beginnings, it says, come on now. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby, or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So that means, so some of y'all, this could very well be life and birth. Some of y'all could be, um, I see a solitude. I don't know if some of y'all going into solitude with somebody that could definitely give birth to something, or giving birth, life. But I also feel like we were already kind of talking about this ideas, your ideas from being in solitude, from communicating all the sides of yourself, not just a part of yourself, balancing your spirituality and practicality, and releasing any negative energy or whatever that held you back, whatever the previous conditionings were that held you back in the past, or even moving away from the skill sets that moving away from the skill sets that we know we're good at. Like we know we're good at, but how can we expand upon? How can we bring in or in, integrate some of the newer skills that we've learned on this journey? Those other parts of ourselves. Um, yeah, I feel like whatever this new idea is, just like you would with a baby, you know, everybody's different. Um, but I grew up in a matriarch. So I feel like women were all around. And I grew up with a lot of uh, pregnancy and births, and um, which is fantastic. From my aunts to my cousins, and so that's fabulous, right? Um, it makes me feel like that energy of like how you can't just have anybody just touching your belly. Some people don't care. Some people just have everybody touch their belly, but certain people know like nah, like mm-mm. Like it's kind of seen as a disrespect to try to go up and touch somebody's baby if they don't green like that. They got to green like that. Um, like that's the image I see the most when I see this card. When I'm thinking of this card, I see the image of just like don't let anybody just touching your baby. So that could be a physical situation. That could be a physical. That could be a more 3D word from spirit. But I also feel even as a metaphor when it comes to your ideas, don't just let anybody even know. Don't let anybody in. Don't just let anybody in. Okay, because I was about to change. I was about to say don't just let some people in, but I don't know. It's just like this energy of be very sacred with this. Be very sacred about who has access, who can touch, who has access to this idea or the baby, whatever it is you're carrying. There's just this energy of be very cautious about what outside people you allow in the mix, who you allow to touch on, because not all energy is equal. And I think if you have a certain history or have a certain knowledge about something already, don't allow a current positive situation to sway you if you already kind of called judgment on something or somebody or something. But it's just like cherish this as though it is a baby, even if this is your idea, because this was I'm feeling this is likely a whatever it is this is likely channeled to you. This is likely a message that spirit gave specifically for you, planned it specifically in your head. So it's not for anybody else to do. It was put in your head. You got the message. You got um, the input on how you're going to do it or how you would do it. If you were to do it, you do it like this. Whatever that is, cherish that, treat it as sacred, and protect it. Because I do feel like it really, I feel like someone could be learning that. I feel like someone could be learning because you could be a kind of person that's just like such a community minded person where it's like if you got the tip on something, then you want everybody to have the tip on something. If you know something, then you want to share that knowledge. And ooh, spirit loves you, child. That is a big part of your journey to do, but it's that energy of discernment about what it is that you're giving away. Like free information, sure, give that around if you feel so inspired to do that. But I feel like when things specifically due to you and what you're doing or what you're creating or what's inside you, not everybody can have access to that, or not everybody should have access to that. Or being very cautious about who has access. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah, because it's just so purity keeps coming out. My pure folks. I love my pure folks, y'all. This is y'all. Y'all just so pure of heart. You want to give. You want to share, especially when it comes to manifestations. You want everybody to be in their magic. You want everybody to be in their power. You're the kind of person that's just like, y'all don't understand it. Like, if you and your power, I'm my power, they and their power, she and her power, he and his power, then we just like fucking powerful together. But nah, a lot of people aren't able to really get past those, um, the notion that somebody has to suffer, somebody has to be below, somebody has to, it's a it's a no-win energy. It's almost like a sacrificial energy. You need to really definitely to be discerning and aware about people who naturally have a sacrificing energy about themselves. And it's like if you witness somebody doing it to someone else, for instance, housewife fan, and what do I watch? I watch Atlanta, Potomac, Beverly Hills, and I think that's about it. I tried to get to New York. Maybe I'll try. I don't know. But anywho, Atlanta was my favorite. Still my favorite. Um, I use like Candy and Phaedra because they had a huge historic the lies, the lies, the lies. Like when it was outed that Phaedra, who was a lawyer, um, made up stories about Candy. They were really horrible to the fact of like alleging that Candy's the R word is an assaulter, which was a bogus, horrific claim. But it came from her feeling so, I guess, hurt about Candy moving forward or whatever interactions she was with. Like no real reasons to why she would make up something so crazy, especially considering how tight they were as friends once upon a time. But the thing is that it doesn't. When it comes to certain individuals that are unhealed, it doesn't matter about what it is you used to be once upon a time. If someone feels, and I do feel under the surface, subliminally, this is kind of really the crux to me of what happened is that I believe Phaedra felt a certain way about Candy rising up the ranks of success, maybe rising up the ranks of on the show, or rising up the ranks with different relationships with the girls. In some way, I feel like that was more of a bitterness, um, that was projected upon that could sort of lead it into something so outrageous like being accused as being an assaulter when there was never any case of that. But I say all that to say, um, Candy saw these characteristics in Phaedra before with other people. This idea of sort of just making things up or trying to tear someone, not in a fun shady way, but in a way of this like in a way to tear someone all the way up to the bone, to the point where they're unable to come back from, to the point of no return, to disassemble them. Some people come at others from that point of view, regardless of they. It doesn't matter if they used to be friends with them. It doesn't matter if there's no real reason as to why they would want to do that. They just feel the need to do that. And the thing is that when you identify the characteristics of someone by what they've done to others and think that that's never going to touch you, that's where you mess up. That's where you begin to um, I don't know, drink the Kool Aid until it blows up into your face, because the way people treat others is going to be the way they treat you eventually. And so that was my point of me going all the way on that Housewives uh, side note. Is to this. I feel like you've grown out of, or maybe you never really felt this way. I feel like somebody in your energy could have grown from this, because I don't feel like you ever treated anybody differently. But I feel like somebody may have hurt you, or put somebody may have hurt you, someone you were very once close to, and it was like it could have been the things that shocked you was how low or how deep they wanted to get with hurting you, but mm, it could have been something about this person that you just kind of ignored, or maybe they had a certain way with people that you just ignored or weren't really paying attention to. Um, hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'll just end it there because I feel like that thought just kind of kept going. All right. But I feel like whatever it is, because I really, whatever I saw, like that really can come from like a people pleasing mentality. So I feel like once you kind of grow out of this idea that like you want everybody to win, because you can always want everybody to win. But there's going to be parts of this mission where it's like we have to um, go at our own, and everybody has to kind of show what they got for themselves, kind of vibe, or what they can do for themselves. Because this is the energy of like playing and using your own magic, your own skills, allowing yourself to be in this energy of play, and allowing yourself to be positive about yourself, positive about what you can manifest, maintain a certain sense of positivity. And that doesn't mean that you're gonna every day feel like Mr. or Mrs. Positivity. It's almost really about how do you act in those moments when you find yourself coming out of feeling positive about your path, about your journey, about how far you've come. What do you do when you feel that lull, when you feel that kind of your energy dipping? Do you allow yourself to get emotionally wacky and all of a sudden everybody has to work around you? Or do you allow yourself to feel it and call it for what it is? What best things do you do to kind of snap yourself out of that energy when it pops up? Because I feel like these questions are going to dictate how well you're manifesting right now. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and do tarot child. Alright. Okay. What's going on with my collective? What is happening with my collective? We got like 8 cards on the table. I can't believe let me just stop. See, I'm criticizing myself here. For 40 minutes on 8 cards, I really can talk. All right. First card. What's happening with my collective? What's going on with my collective for the weekend and the coming week? What's going on with my collective? That's something. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Boy. First card. Nine of Cups. Oh. Bottom of the deck. King of Cups. Whoo. Okay. Okay. So there's definitely some love messages coming in because somebody is like, they got so much love to give. They got a lot of love. They got a lot of love here. Um, okay. Okay. The Chariot card. So somebody's in. Okay. Somebody's in solitude, plotting and planning how they're going to deliver these sweet messages. But I feel like this could have been something that you may have released. Um, because I put it on top of releasing negative energy card. It's time to release negative energy. So this could have been something that you felt was having a negative effect on you or not evolving. Yeah. Um, the star card at the bottom. Um, with the 5, 6, 7, 8 of cups right after that. Oh yeah. Okay. This is your energy. It feels like to me. I feel like someone. I feel like yeah. The word that I learned, spin the block. Y'all let me know that in the comments when I was like, what is that expression that people use now? Spin the block, spin the block. So I feel like this is a person that once left. They left. Oh wait, here we go. They left. They left your energy, but I feel like because they weren't healed, they weren't expressing, or they weren't moving in a healed place. They weren't moving as in a healed place. So what happens? Depending on the degree in which you are unhealed, or the degree in which you are healed, show it displays through a person's actions. And I feel like with the star card here, I feel like this is you were always very healing to this person, and there's something about you that always felt nourishing, felt different. Maybe there was this difference about you that made them nervous. I feel like this person was very nervous of how, with the star card, they're very nervous with how easy it is for you to heal yourself, how easy it is for you to be like vulnerable and real with people with the star card. If it's not that, I feel like this person is healed now and they're moving away and leaving all these cups behind. What's that? Oh, King of Cups again, because they love someone really deeply. Oh, what's this? But yeah, Strength card. So, Strength and the Devil. So this person has had to find a lot of confidence when it comes to this love that they feel so deeply that they're not communicating, because they were in a place of being unhealed. We literally have the Devil card here peeking up behind. So I'm just feeling a lot of fear and a lot of programming this person has had to either heal or fight through. I feel like a lot of these cards are actually addressing your person, the person that's in your energy. Now I'm thinking about it. Um, I feel like this person was always very negative about this connection or negative about the possibilities of this. They could have been very negative with you, um, because they were playing out past behavior, playing out past or south node energy. They were not balanced. They probably felt, they probably had really harsh ideas about spirituality. I feel like it was not something that they put in practice. They could even be more of a religious minded than spirituality or than spiritual minded. So they could have really been more so conditioned in those old ideas about religion, the ones that we're going out of. Because, a religion shouldn't ever be a way to judge others, Um, if you think Father created a religion for the sole purpose to judge others or to make um, ourselves feel greater than or superior than, then you got Father Sally mistaken. But that hasn't stopped generations of people from being trained and indoctrined in that way. Um, but regardless, I feel like this person is now experiencing these new beginnings because they understand that there's only really one way that they communicated with you, but it wasn't all the ways, because they let their past dictate and hold them back from doing this. But they can't get you out of can't get you in this era of solitude. They can't get you out of their mind. They're trying to manifest you. They want to have this new beginning. Ooh, they want to have this new beginning with you, because they didn't believe it. They didn't believe that you were this pure. They didn't believe it was real. They were just waiting for the other shoe to drop, because they'd never known nobody like this before. There's a motherfucking unicorn on the card. They ain't never known nothing like this before. But however way they were conditioned was exactly the way that they were toward you. And this sort of toxic chains that bind energy. And I feel like this is the energy of someone who could have. So there's percentages to, like, oh gosh, this is unreal. Um, there's percentages to how well, look, when it comes to healed people and unhealed people. Like, look, there's even degrees in my head as far as like being healed or being unhealed, and it's up for us to kind of decipher, like, okay, this person may be unhealed, but are they malicious? Are they vindictive? Are they evil? Or are they just confused and lost? Okay. Are they just confused and lost, but have this strong curiosity to get better? They want to get better? then okay, this is an unhealed energy that I can deal with, right? Um, and that's like in my head like a lower percentage. That's an unhealed energy at a lower percentage. But when you start dealing with people who are unhealed but have this energy of spite, they have this energy of vindictiveness, they have this energy of constantly looking out and um, unable to take accountability for things or anything, or kind of like that Phaedra Parks energy, like able to just blow up whatever the situation is, regardless of the history, regardless of whatever it is, because the goal was just to take you down and disassemble you. Then that's a really high percentage of an unhealed person. And so that's the kind of percentage that you want to avoid, right? Like, ain't no talking, ain't no trying to make this work because you're at a real. It's not that you're unhealed; it's that you're at this percentage of being unhealed. Like you're a danger to people. You're a danger to the people around you. And so, you know, I can't. That's like with any addiction, like with any unhealed characteristic within ourselves. It can't we can't dissolve it if we're not acknowledging it. We can't dissolve it if we're not um, taking accountability for it. So I feel like that's the truth. Um, I feel like this person's learning this now. They're gaining clarity on this now, um, because something happened. Because something extreme happened with the Tower card, the Scorpio card, the Tower. So something unexpected in their foundations just crumbled. It just whether it was unexpected news or something that happened that shook this person's foundations. It could be something they're really insecure about now, or something that they're rusting from now, or trying to heal from now. This person really trying to get right. They're really trying to get right because of the love that they're feeling. Ace of Cups. They want this new beginning, and I do. Yeah, it's a burden. I'm about to say I do feel like this person is fearful of you experiencing a new beginning in love. I feel like it's one of the burdens that they have here, or I feel like it gives them a lot of burdens. How they were with you. This person loves you so deeply, but I feel like they can only love you as deeply as the love they've seen. They can only love you as deeply as the ideas they have about love. But even then, I feel like this person, they could have. I hate to say this, but it's how I feel. There could have even been a little jealousy in the mix. This person could have been even a little jealous of you in times because in their head with you, everything just seemed so easy. They don't know the shit you've been through, and I can't stand people do this. People do it. They could just look at you and just feel like you have it so easy because you make the shit look easy. Because I mean, you're a magical fucking person. Like where is it? You're a magical person. You're a motherfucking unicorn. Like that don't mean shit's been easy for you. It just means they perceive it as so because there are qualities in you that they don't possess. Or yeah, but this was a part of this energy that they were in, right? This person has needed to be alone through this process, and you needed to be away from this person through this process because um Okay, so this person wants to come through quickly, but I also feel like this could be the energy this person is in. This kind of abrupt, very abrupt energy. Um, because I feel like it's now coming from a place of panic. Yeah, they see you as being so stable in your energy, Queen of Pentacles energy. They feel you as being such a resource for them, or maybe you were a resource for them in some way. Um, but they just feel like you have such a handle on who you are and your foundations. They see you as being so nurturing, um, and they could be seeing you glowing through this period of time, arising in your. Oh, they could be seeing you on some sort of platform with the World card. You could definitely live at a distance from this person with the World card. I'm also feeling like this. There's something. There could be some differences between you and this person outside of distance. Like maybe you guys are. Like we already said, like different. Maybe one person's more religious, another person's more spiritual. There could be differences in ethnicity or race. Um, some could be same sex, so that could also be sort of the dilemma of feeling someone's emotions wholly because they're also battling with the conditioning of it's supposed to be like this. You gotta find somebody like this. It needs to be like this. It's kind of just like, but if that's not where your heart is calling you to, then you're just playing out. You're just playing something out that doesn't feel real to you. But I feel like the lovers. Somebody's coming in real quick because they know a chapter has changed with you and for this connection. It all came down to a choice. I do feel like this person is real mm, justice. Things are getting balanced and fair. I feel like this person had a choice. This person had the choice initially, and they didn't. Either they didn't make the choice, or they made the choice in a different direction. But it was the wrong choice, and so I feel like this person has had to reap karma for that, or they had to go down the journey that they chose. So spirit could have blocked this person off from you specifically, where it's like, no, you can't just try to come on here without taking care of your demons, without taking care of your baggage, without, if you don't have the ability to come to my collective in this pure energy that they mirror to you and express this love that you feel inside, then you can't come. But either way, I feel like this time justice is going to be that the choice is yours in whatever direction that you have, or in whatever direction you decide to go in. Yeah, this feels like the karma because this person, I feel like they just did not treat you right. They just weren't treating you right. I feel like they just wanted to get one up on you. It's like they felt the way they felt emotionally, but I'm just feeling it's like I ain't gonna be taken for a chump. I ain't gonna be taken for a simp. Like just stupid shit that people allow to hamper their human experience. It's just like, so you're gonna keep yourself from your emotions because, or you're not gonna express yourself. You're not really expressing yourself. So you're gonna hold back your emotions and not express yourself because you're afraid of how you'll look. So it's like I feel like this person will play cat and mouse or would do things that they felt like maybe I can make this person jealous so I can see how much they like me, or I can see like how much they're dedicated to me, or maybe play them against someone else type vibe. But it's like I'm just reading the past here. I feel like this person. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, this person could have really been invested in the party scene. They could have been very invested in more parties than one person. Yeah, and you cut this out. I do feel like you gained the clarity here and you cut it out. Probably because I don't know if this person is married with the Four of Wands here. It doesn't matter. Or got married, but they're unhappy wherever they are. They're bored. They're apathetic about it. It's not. It's not what their heart was calling to them to do. But Spirit is trying to get this person to heal. You see that hand that's coming from the side here with the cup. So it's like Spirit is trying to offer them a different way, but they have to heal. They have to heal with Spirit. They got to connect to their own spiritual team and get that judgment. Get that judgment because this was a user. This past self, this person was a user. I feel like even outside of you, this person did a lot that they have to answer for because of their conditioning. Um, but I feel like it was your energy that kind of acted as karma for them. It's like you're interacting with your energy and you shutting off the energy created, allowed the universe to come in and really be real with this person. Really, their treatment with this person is real because I feel like as long as they stayed in your good graces within the connection, they would have received protection from this judgment. But with you disconnecting from this person and kind of just like, whatever be will be, but I'm going to just disconnect right now, is now providing this person a sense of judgment on the things they could not see, the things that they could not decide on. They allowed themselves to stay on the fence. They allowed themselves to be controlled. Could be about a group of people of at least three that they've worked with. Um, yeah, I feel like this person was just, they were immature, they were imbalanced, but they are moving away from this after you moved away from them. I feel like, this story could be about an emperor that you left behind, someone who was too in their own pride and ego about it. That's what it is. They were just so deep in their pride and ego about it. Um, I feel like this person has finally left somebody out in the cold after being left out in the cold by you. They hate it. Yeah, now they have the motivation to come through accordingly with that fire energy. Yeah, to apologize with the Page of Cups there, because you're their fucking fulfillment. They just didn't know how to express it. Yeah, they manifested those. Mm. I feel like with the high priestess there. You know who this is. You know who's trying to come through. Darlings. Oh my gosh. Let's just. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up. I think I'll do another one for the messages from this person. Do like a part two. Don't want to do that. I don't. I don't. Let's just go on ahead and do real quickly. OG. Let's just do it all now. Let's just do it all right now. I don't care. I don't care how long this goes. Shine the light fell down. Oh. You're shining your light. La da da da. I also feel like, someone sees you as a star in their world. They see you as their sunshine too. And they want to shine a light on you about some things. All right. You are up for the benefit of your life, or the betterment of your life and legacy leaving right now. Spirit's telling you to keep on going and focus on that hustle of yours. Small steps work. And it could be while you're sitting in your room. Do 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 do. Shout out to Brandy. Sitting up in my room. Okay. Last message from my collective. Last message from my collective. Oh, yes. Stay in your Empress energy. Don't allow anybody to pull you off your throne. Look at all of our princesses, our Disney princesses there. Yes. Cinderella, or Ariel, Tatiana, Jasmine. All right. And balance here. Staying in balance. It says, I only focus on what I can control in my world. Yes. All right. I feel like a lot of y'all could very well be in this pleasure seeking energy right now. I chose Ariel for this. So it's like a fiery kind of energy to me. Like, I feel like this is sort of my idea of a Queen of Wands. It says, I feel I am. So adventure, adaptability, sense of self, security, grounding, pleasure, instinct, um, fluidity. So allowing this sense of self that you're in right now is creating such a pleasure seeking side of yourself, an exploratory side of yourself. And I think it's just such a marvelous, beautiful place to be. So definitely be in this energy of Ariel during this time and allowing yourself to be in that exploratory, um, instinctual energy. Uh, and pleasure seeking is all the pleasures. It's not just sex. Think of Ariel. It's not just intimacy. That's a part of it, but it's not just that. There's a multitude of pleasures in this world. There's a multitude of things that can give us pleasures. Um, I love it. All right, last one. Last one. Oh my god, just last one. Let's do. It's too many. That's too many. Let's do. Okay. All right, 6 months from now. Something can be significant about 6 months from now. And okay. Bad girl, criminal. This is Fiona Apple, criminal. I've been a bad, bad girl. I feel like somebody. This is what I feel like. This is exactly what your person had to deal with. I feel like whoever they dealt with was a bad girl or a bad boy, but they had ulterior motives. But this person that's connected to your energy was blinded by temptation. Okay. All right, we're gonna end it there. If you like my vibe, please like and subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourselves.